The Michigan State Spartans are hiring J Batt to be their next athletic director. He succeeds Alan Haller, who was fired about a month ago, was let go, and he was let go only a little bit before, only a few months before his contract expired. So they wanted him out. And I think that they had good reason to want him out. NIL wasn't where it needed to be. The football program was in tatters, and I don't think that was Jonathan Smith's fault. And he was tied, whether, it's all his fault or whether it was his choice or not to give Mel Tucker that deal because Michigan State thought they had a good coach and they wanted to keep him, and many other programs wanted him. He was tied to the Mel Tucker era, and that was a disaster. So, he got let go. Of course, he's a human being, so you don't wish ill will on him, but he was not working at Michigan State. I think that J Batt is a great hire. I immediately think that he's one of the better athletic directors in the Big Ten, and potentially, though I don't know enough about athletic directors to say this, but potentially one of the better ones in America. He is an expert at finding a way to get schools revenue and to fundraise. And he's made good hires. Like, look at the Brent Key hire for Georgia Tech. And I think that's a hire that's panned out, for example, and will pan out. I'm predicting Georgia Tech to win 9-10 games this year. I think Key is a hell of a coach. When you look at the deal he made with Georgia, where every year that Georgia Tech should play a home game, they're playing in a dome. I think they're playing in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Could be wrong. And Georgia Tech gets $10 million. That's a good deal, especially I think with revenue sharing coming up, and the fact that, schools need all the money they can get, especially a school like Georgia Tech, which doesn't have a blue blood caliber athletic department. And then he got $500 million to renovate Bobby Dodd Stadium. Michigan State's a much better program. They're a bigger program. They're a bigger, better brand than Georgia Tech. If he could do those things, make good coaching hires, fundraise, and negotiate deals with other schools and with networks and with the college football landscape, if he could do all those things successfully at Georgia Tech, imagine what he could do at Michigan State. A few predictions that I have for Michigan State after this hire is that after this year, you will know whether or not Jonathan Smith is the head coach in the near term and in the long term. I say that because with Alan Haller being fired, Smith's buyout drops substantially. I think it's cut in half, or at least a few millions taken out. And with his fundraising abilities, if the boosters and the brass want Smith gone, he'll be gone. But also, if Smith goes bowling, or more likely than that, to really get faith and earn job security and earn respect, win 7 games or even 8 games, then he will have the war chest opened for him. I think that in the long term, Michigan State will have a good and respected NIL program, and I think that their football program is going to start trending up. I'm still very high on Smith, and I will make more content discussing why that is. But if I am wrong, and I have been wrong before, believe me, if I am wrong about that, I think that whoever succeeds him will have success instead of him, and it will just be the fact that Smith didn't pan out or didn't have enough connections or wasn't hired at the right time. I don't exactly know. I think Smith's a heck of a coach, one of the better coaches, especially at doing more with less and punching above his weight class in the Big Ten and in America. He just got left with nothing from the Mel Tucker era. And the boosters and the brass got a little burned by that because they invested all that money in Tucker, and then Tucker turned out to be a pretty weird, bad person. Just not a good guy. Not someone you want leading young men, and a horrible coach who kept around, as Mike Valeni would say, all-time grifters at coordinators with Jay Johnson and Scotty Hazelton. So Smith, if he works out, I think is going to have a wonderful career at Michigan State now because he'll have a great AD to back him up, an AD who knows how to work with limitations and who knows how to have success despite not being at the best program in the conference he resides in. And if Smith fails, I think you have someone who's capable at making hires and giving the next guy who would replace Smith in that hypothetical scenario better resources and a better shot to succeed.